All right, guys. I hope I'm live. My camera's on and live. All right, we're live. All right, guys. We're going to be starting the Sagittarius reading for the week. We just got done with Leo. Aries and Leo are up and should be able to watch them already. Live streams are already processed. So, welcome to Bow and Arrow Tarot. Thank you for stopping by. This is going to be the Sagittarius weekly reading for October 20th to the 26th. And if you have a question about any of the spreads or cards that I lay out, or if any of them resonate with you about your situation, you have just a question about it that I can answer, I will try to answer it. If there's time to pull cards for you at the end of the reading, I can do that for a super chat. All right, guys, so let's get right into hello, Egypt in 27. Wow, okay. Hey, how you doing? Morning. All right, let's pull out your romance angels. I am a Sagittarius myself. I have 4 planets in Sagittarius, so this is for my brothers and sisters. Let's get right into it. Sagittarius, we have attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Beautiful. Right? We have codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Interesting. And we have make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. All right. All right. Yeah, I love being a Sagittarius. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I guess everybody loves the sign that they are, right? But, I love being a Sagittarius. All right, guys. So attraction, codependency, and make the effort. So we're going to pull out your animal spirits. We won't really know what this exactly means until we get into your 3-card spreads. All right. But let's pull out your animal spirits for the week. Now, animal spirits can be individuals coming into your life or that are already in your life and bring a certain energy to it. It can also indicate stages in your life that are coming in or starting or that you're coming out of. So whatever the case may be, just take what resonates with you. If it doesn't resonate, just throw it away, disregard it. All right. We know this can't be for all Sagittarius, so I just hope that my collective, those of you who are drawn to watching my videos, take something away from it today. All right, guys, so let's get right into it for October 20th to the 26th for Sagittarius. Now, so far, we had Hawk Energy come first out the deck for Aries and Leo. So let's see what happens. Zebra. Beautiful. Zebra energy is fire energy. This is the card for the eccentric, right? The quirky one. The outrageous one. Very, very creative. Gazelle energy. Also fire. All right, a lot of fire this week. Gazelle energy, of course, is beauty in motion, right? And the shark, water energy. Now, the shark is quite interesting card. It's a card that doesn't come out very often, all right? But we're going to get right into it. I'm going to talk about the shark because this is a very important animal spirit that can come in. And certainly when we're dealing with relationships, right? So first off, let's talk about the zebra. I love the zebra. Zebra is really quirky, eccentric. This is, this is the person who comes in to the party. They're always dressed, up and to the nines. They have a real flair about them. But a zebra personality, those people who resonate with zebra personalities are absolute delight to be around, right? They're just wonderful. I mean, they have a high level creativity, but they just bubble over with this quirky kind of enthusiasm. And oftentimes they can bring out the uniqueness in those around them, right? They can certainly bring out a feeling of like abandon, not being worried about what the world thinks of you, just wanting to be extremely expressive and communicate your own sort of creativity. It's very, very nice energy. It's very upbeat, fiery energy. And certainly it can be a real boost for those of us. Sometimes you're feeling very out of place. This is like kindred spirit, you know what I mean? Either if you're resonating with this or someone coming into your life resonating with this and you guys are sort of like connecting, this is oftentimes, that friend who really sort of gets you up and out of your doldrums, and just before you know it, you're really back to yourself, right? The gazelle, again, another fire elemental animal, but the gazelle talks about having a heightened sense of awareness, right? I call these guys the potato chips of the savannah. I mean, every prey animal predator is out to get these guys, right? So the gazelle not only is a beautiful creature to watch in terms of how they move about, right? There is a sense of grace and beauty in the way that they move. Even so, this is an individual who, they come in, they really sweep into the room, right? And they are fiery indeed, but they have this kind of deep elegance about them, and they are extremely aware of everything that's going on around them, right? The gazelle is just, they know what's happening behind them, to the side of them, out the corner of their eye. If you think that they're not looking at you, they are looking at you. Just very, very heightened level of awareness, which is being called for right now. So certainly for those of you, now we can begin to understand a little bit. If you're in a codependent situation, gazelle energy is very important because it talks about opening up your eyes and really being aware of whatever manipulation may be going on around you, right? Or whatever negative energy may be slowly seeding around you, right? The seeds of which are being planted. The gazelle is not going to be caught by surprise or unaware. Now, the shark energy is interesting because shark energy, we talk about water energy. Now, the shark is, of course, an apex predator, right? This is a creature that is, to be feared in the water. Now, shark talks about when we have emotions that are seething just beneath the surface, right? That we are unwilling to admit that we have. Pretending that everything is all right in a situation when things aren't all right, right? This is shark energy at play. And there's a warning that comes with this animal spirit because the shark is dangerous, right? He can come up and bite you in the butt. Like before, you don't even know he's there. Why is that? Because, and in the same way, it's when we don't acknowledge shark, when we don't acknowledge the shark in the water, and in this way in life, when we don't acknowledge the feelings that we have that are just beneath the surface, that are our true feelings, they can fester and they can really jump out and bite us in the ass later, right? And so this is the same way. This is a water elemental. So we're talking about emotions, talking about relationships, and talking about the way we express our emotions. It's very, very important for those of you who have been perhaps dealing with a codependent situation, right? To acknowledge what's really going on inside. It's very, very strong energy here with the shark. And so make an effort with that as well, understanding that that's what's important, right? That's what's important. If you want longevity, or if you want longevity of a positive relationship, or if you want to finally expose the rot and toxicity of a codependent relationship that may be unhealthy for you, either way, the shark reminds us that we have to acknowledge the feelings, right? Acknowledge our true feelings. All right, guys, let's pull out your spreads, Sagittarius, for the week. We're going to pull out anywhere from 5 to 8 3-card spreads. And see what you may or may not be going through this week, October 20th to the 26th, Sagittarius. Of course, this is a general reading in love, life, and career. And of course, just take what resonates and applies to your situation and disregard the rest. All right, Sagittarius, let's get right into it. Empress energy, straight out. King of Swords, and we have 5 of Cups. Wow. Okay. So again, This could very much be this could be a codependent relationship in a lot of ways. Empress energy is coming in Sagittarius to remind you it's time to take care of yourself. Yes, this reading, Vishali Mipuri, I hope I said that right, Vishali. This is only for Sagittarius. Aries and Leo are already up. I'm doing each of the weeklies, each of the signs weekly reading on a separate stream. But if you have a question or you're a cross watcher for Sagittarius, you have a question about the spreads, please feel free to ask. Empress energy is coming in for Sagittarius again, like I said, because you're realizing it's time for you to acknowledge who you are. Shark and Empress are very, very compatible in the sense that you're beginning to acknowledge, your feelings, what you need, what you require. For yourself, you're beginning to put a lot of your energy back into yourself. The Empress is all about, she's the queen mother. She is the font of creativity, right? Where does creativity, where's the ability to create things or bring things into being, into life? You must be fertile, right? You must increase the fertility of a particular environment, right, in order for it to be able to grow anything. So in order to remain able to bring out that, and I'm not talking about having children, that type of fertility, although that is part of it. I'm talking about rejuvenating your soul, renourishing your energies, retapping, refilling yourself, right? Taking care of yourself, loving yourself, luxuriating when you need to luxuriate, right? The Empress is beholden to no one else but the Emperor, right? So she really takes time to take care of herself. And Sagittarius, this card comes in to remind you it's time for this. Some of you may be dealing with a King of Swords. King of Swords is the great rule maker. He can also be the great disciplinarian. This can be someone who's very obstinate, who's very sort of arrogant, and they're very domineering, right? And so this could be a codependent relationship that you're in with this type of, although King of Swords is also the king of honesty, and he brings with him a feeling, a sense of fairness and things like that. But when we're dealing with the extreme sort of negative side of it, or perhaps when we're dealing with a codependent relationship with someone who's resonating with King of Swords, then it's all of the worst things of the King of Swords, which is arrogance and being obtuse, being unable to make room for other people's viewpoints or ideas or opinions, right? It's his way or the highway, right? Very, very strict, very, very domineering. And so this can be sort of that sort of extreme negative side, right? The dissonant side of King of Swords. And so for some of you, if you're dealing with this energy this week, I think you realize, Five of Cups, you begin to understand that this relationship is unhappy. And it could also be, for some of you, you begin to realize that this relationship is just indicative of the ones that you've had before. And so for some of you, you very much wake up to an understanding about yourself this week. And relating to this particular dynamic. And I think some of you Sagittarius, you realize, I'm a Sag myself, you see the warning signs, but we're just like, Sagittarius are such players with fire. You love to play with fire, even if the warning signs are there. But this week, it's again a case of being reminded that, yes, the warning signs were there. And yes, this is just going to be a reminder of what you went through before. And do you really want that? And all of this is really going to come out this week. There you go. There's your Tower moment. Four of Cups. All right. And a Hermit. Same. All right. So some of you have a Tower moment in your relationship this week. Again, you have a Tower moment, and Four of Cups comes in the sense that you're unwilling to take the offer. You're unwilling to take the offer of reconciliation from someone. This could certainly be someone who left before, really caused you a lot of emotional pain. You're just not willing to open up the door to them. A lot of times this card is sort of interpreted as somebody who is purposely, kicking a gift horse in the mouth, or you're purposely being defiant where people are offering you love. But that's not always the case. Sometimes I feel very much like Four of Cups. It's like, listen, I it's not that I'm spoiled. It's just that I'm not willing to accept this empty cup. It's an empty cup at the end of the day. And I'm just not sure if what you have to offer me is what I need. Last time this didn't turn out so well. Tower moment Sagittarius, some of you have a big realization in a relationship this week, and you're unwilling to reconcile you, and you end this week out very firmly walking on your own with that Hermit energy. Very firmly walking on your own. I'm going to say for some of you, this will certainly be a breakup of some kind, but it'll be a breakup of a situation that was untenable. And again, we have codependency coming in. It will very much be, and I know we have attraction and make the effort too, right? But the cards are the cards. They say what they say. And so, sure, for some of you, you may be having a lot of attraction. You may be very attracted to this individual, but there's codependency. And so, with the Tower moment coming in, you wake up to this, and everything shifts, everything changes for some of you Sagittarius this week, and you very much come out of this sort of ready to move on with your Hermit energy away from this very toxic situation. 3 of Wands, 7 of Cups, and King of Wands. So some of you have been asked with 3 of Wands, you really want to move forward, you have this excitement, but you're being really sort of forced to wait and let things unravel the way they will unravel. Let a certain scenario take its natural course. You know, you're being forced to be patient this week. As much as you want to go full steam ahead, you've already put a lot of work in, right? And so 3 of Wands is really a time for you to sort of just sit back and let's just see what happens out of all of this effort that you've put in. 7 of Cups comes in as well. And so while you're sort of like being forced to be patient and not really move forward on a particular scenario, you're feeling very sort of, you're starting to realize that perhaps there's been a lot of daydreaming, right? You're starting to sort of reevaluate some of your goals. Have your goals been really realistic? I think some of you are kind of doubting right now if what you've been wishing for is really attainable, right? You know, 7 of Cups can go either way. Sometimes 7 of Cups can indicate, you know, entertaining too much of pie in the sky thinking, doing too much daydreaming without being rooted in reality. But I think in this case, Sagittarius, for some of you, you're just feeling a little bit anxious that a particular scenario, and this could very much be a creative endeavor, right? Or a career move or business move that you've made, and this is very much tied into a desire that you've of some kind of achievement that you want to have, right? For yourself. And you just, this week, you're feeling just a little bit unsure. You're feeling a little bit like, you know, maybe have I set the bar too high? Will I really make it? You know what I'm saying? Hello, my Diva 18. And so, King of Wands, for some of you Sagittarius who are feeling like this, you have a King of Wands in your life who comes in and really, right, boosts your spirits, right? I mean, King of Wands is very much, he's the leader of his people in a way that the King of Wands brings enthusiasm, right? The King of Wands brings, like, motivation, right? Certainly the King of Wands brings motivation and support and enthusiasm for those around him who are eccentric, right? Remember Zebra energy, I said earlier, very eccentric. Some of you are trying to do something that has not been done before. You're trying to do something that most people, you know, that's too much for most people to sort of think that they can accomplish, right? You may be trying to build up a business from scratch in a particular field that is notoriously difficult, but you have the ambition and the creativity to be able to do it, certainly, right? But this week, you're having to be a little bit patient. You're having sort of to wait. You're really feeling a little anxious. You're doubting yourself. But this King of Wands comes in, and like I said, this could be a lover or a friend of yours. But this is certainly somebody who you trust and respect in their own right. And they come in with a level of support for you that is really, really quite good. And so you get rejuvenated in a way. And all of this makes it ready for you to move full steam ahead after this waiting period is a little bit over. This is going to be the last spread. Judgment, 10 of Pentacles, and 2 of Swords. Another spread with 2 of Swords. The 2 of Swords is showing up for all 3 of the fire sign weeklies. And again, a lot of us are feeling like we're having to make a choice this week. Judgment comes in. So for some of you, you're really kind of looking at a particular situation from all sides now, right? It could very much be in your career or in, you know, in some dynamic, right? that has something to do with your abundance, your work, your career, your ability to bring in money. But it's been like there may have been a falling out of some kind, right? Um, but this week, you really, you forgive yourself. Judgment talks about seeing a situation from all sides. And in this way, we start to let go of any misplaced guilt we may have had that's holding us back. We also begin, this is the first step to reconciliation. So for some of you, make an effort. If you're making an effort to reconcile a particular relationship or dynamic that impacts your life financially, this is the week to do it. Right? And what happens is that it comes out very well indeed because you have a Ten of Pentacles. So the solution is achieved. The reconciliation is achieved. You come out on top, right? You come out with this like success, right? But again, you're feeling very much like, I'm going to have to choose between one or the other. This could be very much that you're, you may be getting caught between work and your family or work and your relationship, And while you're making moves to sort of reconcile a particular dynamic in one area, it could be that you're reconciling something at work and so it's working well there. But then at home, you're getting another, right? You're getting something else at home or something else with the family, something else with the relationship. And it's really making you feel like you can't do both things. It's really making you feel like, I either put energy into my work and achieving this, or I put energy into this other sort of part of my life that's really pulling on me, And so I think this week for some of you Sagittarius, you very much realize that there's only so much that you can do and that you really have to find a balance between the two, right? Certainly, judgment, for some of you, there is going to be a reconciliation this week or sort of a removal of obstacles, perhaps obstacles that you've put in your own way, in the way of self-doubt, perhaps, right? Feeling as though, do I really, do I deserve, I'm working for something, do I really deserve it? Is this really for me? All of these things are associated with judgment and self-doubt. And so you really deal with that this week. You really release a lot of that, and in comes the abundance. Certainly find this balance, right? Once the money comes in, some of you may also be given a choice, because now that the sort of the rewards start to come in as a result of this removal of obstacles in a particular area, you start to see the rewards come in, perhaps, or the reaffirmation that you've made the right decision. Certainly with Ten of Pentacles, it could be again that somebody else in your life, again codependent, could then be quite unhappy, make your life suddenly miserable and difficult for you, or say like, well, you have to choose between that or me because this person or this other, whatever this other thing in your life is that is pulling you, could be quite toxic in that way, right? Because Two of Swords does talk about balance. And if somebody's forcing a decision on you, then you can see that that is the most toxic energy in your life and not the other thing that they're trying to pull you away from, right? And so if somebody's not allowing you to have a balance and not allowing you to be able to strike a balance between achieving your dreams and also having them in your life or having that thing in your life, then you have to realize for yourself that that possibly isn't the best connection, Because in all things, certainly in all things that are good for us, we should be able to have them in our lives. And there should never be any one thing in our life that forces us to choose. All right, guys, Sagittarius, this is your reading. October 20th to the 26th, starting tomorrow. Next up, I believe I am starting with Taurus. I think that starts at 1:30 or 2 o'clock. We shall see. I may take a little break and adjust the times. If I do, it'll be just for a half an hour break. Otherwise, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. I do very much appreciate it. Thank you, Rock and Rob. You know how much I love you. My Diva 18, Vishali Mipuri, and Egyptian 27. Thank you so much. Oh, Rookie Shot. Oh, you made it. Sorry, darling. For some reason, I didn't see your text until now. Rookie Shot, thank you so much for stopping by, darling. But I've finished the fire signs. We're going to get right into the earth signs. I'm going to take a break and come back. So For now, thank you. Please like, subscribe, and share the video on your social networks. All of that really helps my channel, and it helps me to keep giving you these readings. But for right now, thank you, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.